the legal side of this agreement, I still think there's a long way to play on this one.
Well, I'm delighted to welcome Luca Catselli, a Member of Parliament for PASOK, one of the main two political parties in Greece, to the programme. Thank you very much indeed for speaking to us.
Thank you.
You're also an economist, so I first of all wanted to get your opinion on what needs to be done at this final hour for the EU summit.
Well, we'll welcome the proposal, at least on the table, but in my view, it's too late. It's still asymmetric and it needs to be more ambitious if we want the Eurozone to actually go forward and have a new era of financial stability. The markets are testing the waters and political leadership is not taking the steps that it should take. There should be a coordinated intervention, not only by the ECB, but also by other central banks. We welcome last week's proposal. There should be more bold moves to let the new financial mechanism to be able to intervene more effectively in primary and secondary markets, to have regulation of financial markets and CDS markets, and to have some oversight over tax havens.
Now, what are the main concerns for you if we end up with this kind of two-speed Europe? On one hand, you're going to have the likes of France and Germany. On the other, the likes of Greece and other economies that are struggling.
If you have a monetary union like the Eurozone, you need to have symmetric adjustment. It's not only the deficit countries which should adjust, but also surplus countries should adjust. If Germany continues to have the large surpluses that it does have, and it does not expand its output, all of Europe will go into deeper recession, and we will not be able to resolve even financial problems. So it's extremely important to coordinate policies with symmetric adjustment on both sides. We need a Europe which is growing. We need a Europe which is creating new jobs. We need a Europe which invests in technology, in innovation. We do not want an aging Europe which will be actually in a recession, in a deep recession for the years to come, because otherwise we will have social explosion and we will have problems, political problems that we will all have to face.
I just want to talk a bit about Greece for a moment. Now, you were expelled from the PASOK party a little earlier this year, just for a very short period, but it was over your refusal to back liberalisation of labour rules.
No, I was the one who promoted the liberalisation of labour markets. I was against the dismantling of collective agreements. And
you obviously realised, though, that things had to change in Greece.
Absolutely.
Do you think now, with the massive overhaul that we've seen of the government in Greece, that that will happen?
It has already happened. And this is the message I want to give, that over the past 2 years, Greece has changed and is changing very rapidly. There is probably the most ambitious fiscal consolidation program that any other European country has ever experienced. We've managed to bring down the deficit from 15% to 9% this year. There are structural reforms that are going on, unprecedented reforms, I think, in any other country. Pension reform, labour market reform, regulatory reform, governance reforms. Now, there is limited capacity and administrative capacity and institutional capacity. So now the big challenge for us is to implement these effectively and to raise competitiveness and to have a growing Greece which can manage its debt effectively.
All right, we'll leave it there. Luca Catselli, thank you very much indeed for coming in.